I bought a laptop off of eBay for a fairly great price. My previous laptop recently broke and I was really in need for a new one. I searched on eBay and saw this ad. It was a miracle. It was a new HP Pavilion for such a low price, strangely low now that I think about it. I was so hyped that I immediately bought it. Me being excited and kinda dumb, the thought of it being a scam never crossed my mind once when I was buying it. As I waited a while for the laptop to arrive, I'd constantly go back to the page and look at it with anticipation. I was excited. It felt like Christmas. Just over a week later, the laptop finally arrived. A bit annoyed, I noticed that there was not much protection for the laptop in the box it came in, but luckily it was fine. I opened the laptop and immediately saw a sticky note on the screen. It was a 4-digit PIN. I was very confused, of course. Why would the seller not remove their account and give me their PIN? Why wouldn't they do a hard reset before shipping it? Of course, I used the PIN and signed into the account. My curiosity tends to defeat me. The profile picture to the Outlook account was solid black, a bit eerie. I signed in, however. There was nothing really special at first. The background was a standard default image Microsoft has with computers. It was a beach. I assumed all the files and everything would be cleared, but the seller left a few things in the files. What a sensible person would leave their files to a stranger's viewing? There were things, photos and a video. There were photos of woods and a river. Woods were first, and then the river came. They didn't seem planned out, though, almost as the photos were accidents. They weren't symmetrical, and some were just blurry and pretty bad if I'm being critical. There was also a single picture of a room. It looked very simple, plain even. It reminded me of one of those minimal space pictures you'd see in those YouTube compilations. Beige walls, a bed, a large vent, and a light. The light made the room look strange. It was warm and dim, very off. The next thing was a video. It confused me nonetheless. Honestly, it creeped me out if I'm being honest. It had off-putting audio and these weird pictures of that Jonathan Galindo meme. Here's where it gets weird. The video was titled in the files as JonathanGalindo.mp4. I could hear moans and some shuffling. Earth, Wind, and Fire September was also playing in the background. After a few rewatches, I was very uneasy and I wanted to show people. I remember going back to the ad on eBay and it was gone. The seller's name wasn't Jonathan Galindo or anything. His name was Thomas. Shipped from a town in Utah. It wasn't a real town or address, and I don't know if this was all some prank by the seller. But if it was, it would be very far-fetched. What person would go through the process of setting up an eBay ad, making this video, putting it on a nice computer and selling it for such a low cost? Even giving the sign-in of his account. I just don't get it. That's all there was. I tried searching for more things, kind of wanting to see some more. There wasn't. I'm no tech genius, but I do think that there is nothing further to analyze. Just a dumb, weird video. After messing around on the laptop for a bit, I decided to call it a night and head to bed. As I tried to sleep, I couldn't help but think about that damn video. The uncanny groans resonated in my head. I began to piece together the pictures in the video, making up theories and ridiculous conclusions such as, was someone killed? Was their body dragged through the woods and dumped into a river? Were they killed in that room? I caught myself. I had to stop. I had class the next day. The next day I got up around 6:30 in the morning. I went to class for a while, came back home, went to my laptop and sat down. Hoping to unwind for the rest of the day, I opened up my laptop and saw it. It took me a second to notice. The profile picture wasn't solid black anymore. It was changed. I sunk into my chair, feeling hot flashes run through me. I sat there for a good minute or two, analyzing and trying to make out what the picture was. It was a close-up, a semi-blurry picture of a door and its doorknob. I wiped everything. I began deleting the photos and the video from the files in a frantic scramble. I also removed the account from the laptop. Stupidly, I didn't get rid of the laptop. I needed it. My mind wouldn't do anything to prevent me from destroying it. I had to get to work anyway. I'm a musician. I make films with my good friends, so I make the soundtracks. I began to install all of the software I use to create music. After about an hour, I was all set. As I began, I lost complete track of time. I had been recording for hours and also going to the bathroom and getting a drink a few times. The video came back to thought. Jonathan Galindo, I said to myself. I looked the name up on Google, seeing its affiliation with the Blue Whale Challenge. That challenge where people would harm or kill themselves, it was concerning. Like the concept of Momo, the supposed Jonathan Galindo would message people on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and a few others. After, while reading stories of Jonathan, I was uneasy. I personally found Jonathan scarier than Momo. His creepy, goofy / Mickey Mouse makeup would definitely add to the uncanniness. Then I saw something. My heart dropped to my stomach. The light to my webcam was on. It had been on the entire time, and I was too distracted to even notice. I sat there in shock, frozen in time as I stared at the small light. I quickly regained my attention and slammed the screen down, shutting it. That was it. I finally came out of denial and took the laptop, heading outside in a quick pace. I opened the laptop and spread it against the curb, stomping down hard. It broke in two. I threw it in the trash bin. I was terrified. How long has he been watching me? Who the hell is this guy? Questions raced in my mind. Is this guy even from Utah? Of course I called the cops. I was on the phone with 911. They said they'll still 2 cars over to check around. Honestly, I don't think they cared. I think they just sent them to check so I'll calm down. After a 5-minute search, they told me that I'll be fine and that they're just creeps out there who'll do anything to scare people. I angrily protested in my mind, scare people, I'm in danger. But I think they were right. I didn't sleep that night though. I kept my lights on, blinds closed, and doors and windows locked. I just stayed up and watched TV. I soon forgot about the whole incident pretty quickly. Of course, I still think about it. I sometimes go and watch a video on YouTube and got around to saving up and purchasing a new laptop from the Microsoft store. The incident was in the past and I stopped worrying. I remember going to bed one night, doing my usual routine. I was lying in bed and looking at my door, daydreaming about new ideas I could write. That's when it hit me. The profile picture that was black and changed to the picture of my door and the doorknob, that was my bedroom door.